Watch this hit by Cam Neely on Velocek. Cam Neely is one strong dude, and Velocek has got to be pretty strong to take this. Look at him.
Oh, man.
I mean, he is a strong guy.
My ribs hurt on that one.
Verbeek sending it out. Broughton racing to the puck, but Bourque stops him. Kluzak back for it. New Jersey leading 3-1. 11:45 to go in the third period. This is Steve Kasper moving down. Burridge in his skates, moved it to Kasper. Centers all the way across. Bourque knocked down Verbeek. That shot in front. Burke looking at it, and it's shot over the top by Kasper, who raises his arms, but that puck never got in the net, and the net was knocked off the magnets.
Wow. When you watch the replay of this, I think Daneyko knocked this net off. Great play by Ken Daneyko if he did. You take advantage of the fact that you feel that the referee's not gonna call anything. So let's take a look. There's Willie playing all by himself. But watch Daneyko, number 3. Watch. Well, no.
But it was after the puck was over the top.
There's another look at it. You'll see there's Kasper shoot it, hits the crossbar, and then Daneyko knocks it out. Another look at it. Watch Daneyko in there, and it hits the crossbar, and then Daneyko pushes it in.
Kasper thought he had one. Terry O'Reilly looking on. O'Reilly trying to fire his guys up. I think he wants to know why the official didn't call something on Ken Daneyko. And now Paul McInnes has come over.
But they're all over talking to McCauley. McCauley should say, look, he's running the game, and that's it.
I think he did. You're right. All the players, the Bruin players, are coming over to John McCauley.
They don't even go after McInnes.
What did he say, said Terry O'Reilly? If you joined us late, this game got underway at 8:51. We are playing with amateur officials. NHL officials walking out tonight in protest over the fact that Jim Schoenfeld is behind the Devils bench. And now the Devils are saying we want a delay of game penalty. And Terry O'Reilly, he wants somebody to come over here. He wants the referee, I believe. No, let's see. He wants to talk to somebody for an explanation. Paul McInnes says, get the players out here. Oh, it's got to be awfully disturbing to the Boston Bruins, as Harry Sinden said between periods. They're the victims tonight. They came to play, and suddenly everything broke loose around them. Sorella chased by McCarthy. 11:25 to go. That shot saved by Burke as he stops Keith Crowder. And Claude Loisel running with a puck. Wesley is back to meet him. Blocks the pass. Michael Tolvin plays it. Levelin got the stick up in front of Loisel. And this is Ken Lensman. Lensman against Daneyko, stops him. Daneyko's had a strong game, bouncing back after a tough third game when he was very tired. Sorella took down Keith Crowder. Banged all the way down. This will be an icing as Ray Bourque makes the touch. 10:47 to go. Third period, game 4. Wales Conference final, and New Jersey leads it.
Mitsubishi knows you want a truck to be tough. But we also know you want more for your money. Mitsubishi Mighty Max trucks give you more. Up to 2.6 liters of power, a 5-speed stick, more standard features for less than Toyota, Nissan, or Mazda. Even the lowest priced macro cab. The new Mitsubishi Mighty Max trucks. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice.
Sam Rosen, Phil Esposito, and Matt Lauer here at the Meadowlands Arena. Tom Mees in the studio.
It's off again.
And again, the net was knocked off. This is game 4 of the Wales Conference Final. With New Jersey leading Boston 3-1. New Jersey scoring here in the third period. At 4:04, Tom Kurvers giving the Devils a 2-goal lead for the second time in the game. 3-1 the score. Tomorrow night, Game 4 of the Campbell Conference Final. Edmonton leading 2-1 from the Joe Louis Arena at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Mike Emmerich and Bill Clement will bring you the action in that one. And everyone will spend the day wondering whether NHL officials will work that game. Cam Neely across the line with a long drive, knocked away with a left arm by Burke. Andy Brickley can't clear. Janney's got the puck, slides it to Neely, but it was broken up by Wolanin. He gets out. Patrick Sundstrom tips it in and chases. Ray Bourque comes over. Bourque wrapped up by Sundstrom, but moves it to Joyce. Back to Kluzak. Kluzak down the middle. Kluzak comes in. Kluzak shoots that made by Burke.
Yeah, boy, what a save that was.
Joyce was bumped by Velishek. And Wolanin away with the puck. 9:55 to go, third period.
When you get goaltending like that, that can carry you so far.
Broughton gets it to Muller. He's checked by Kluzak. Puck squirts free to Broughton. Back it comes to Driver. Kept it in. Broughton's got it. Battle in front for Beat. Going with Bourque. As they battle for position, the puck deflected over the boards, and Casper and Broughton got their sticks up. Play stopped with 9:33 to go. While we have a moment, compliments. Certainly we've been talking about the disappointment over the fact that NHL officials have not worked this game and the problems that have arisen. But certainly Paul McInnes, Vin Godleski, and Jim Sullivan are to be commended for their efforts.
They sure are.
They have been thrust into an almost untenable situation, and they've performed to the best of their abilities.
Every town had 6 or 7 taverns then. And it wasn't about getting crazy. It was about long mahogany bars, laughing, drinking Rolling Rock, ball games, and being able to walk into any of the places then. And everyone knew you by name. Ronnie. Ronnie, my boy. Ronnie, how you doing? It was about friends. That's what it was about.
With 9.5 minutes to go in the third period, the Devils with a chance. The shot wide by Verbeek. White tied up by Korn. They both go down. Puck taken by Muller. Keeps it alive along the boards. Korn centers, but Casper breaks it up. Puck gets out. Devils have forced the play into the Boston zone much more in this third period, Phil.
The Devils are playing extremely well right now.
They have not sat back defensively. Lead for Randy Burridge. Down the boards. He goes after the puck. Kerber's on him. Burridge and Kerber's go down. Korn gets to the puck. Tied up with Burridge and Kerber's. Worked free by Lensman. Muller hit by Flett. Korn takes it. Can't clear. But Pat Verbeek does. Muller hit by Burridge. Burridge has been very feisty. Korn moving in by himself. Upended by Bourque. And Flett takes the puck. Whistle. There we go. Battle. Burridge and Muller. Well, I mentioned Burridge has been very feisty in this third period, and Muller wants to get something going. Ooh, a punch thrown by Burridge. And Muller throws one. Jim Schoenfeld looks on with 8:34 to go in the third period. The Devils leading 3-1.
Mitsubishi knows you want a truck to be tough. But we also know you want more for your money. Mitsubishi Mighty Max trucks give you more. Up to 2.6 liters of power, a 5-speed stick, more standard features for less than Toyota, Nissan, or Mazda. Even the lowest priced macro cab. The new Mitsubishi Mighty Max trucks. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice.
Randy Burridge.
Muller and Burridge go off for roughing.
Time 11:26.
11:26 the time of the penalties. New Jersey Devils being outshot 28-18 in the game. Here's how it happened.
Watch now, Muller and Burridge. Burridge keeps pushing him. Muller gives him a little elbow, tries to, and then Burridge nails him. Watch the punch, though, right there.
There were a couple of more after that. Vin Godleski, Atlantic District Referee-in-Chief for ECAC games, Hockey East games, and rookie games in the NHL. Works as a penalty timekeeper with the NHL. Jim Sullivan, the other linesman, works as an off-ice official for the New York Islanders. And the referee, Paul McInnes, works as an off-ice official for the New Jersey Devils. Linsman's pass deflected by Danico.
Muller and Burridge get 4 minutes. Slashing and Ruffy.
4 minutes each. Here's a lead for Tom McCarthy against Wolanin, who whacks at him with the stick and nothing called. Taken away by Danico. Finds John McLean. McLean and Patrick Sundstrom move down. Sundstrom's out of the play offside. 8:05 to go. So it's Muller, 2 for slashing, 2 for roughing, and Burridge, 2 for slashing, 2 for roughing. 11:26 for the time of those penalties. John McLean.
First penalties of this period, by the way. Look at Terry O'Reilly still trying to get the troops going. 8:05 left in the third period.
Sullivan able to work it deep into the zone. Telvin. Neely couldn't play it. Belichick sends it right back in. Lemelin leaves it for Wesley. 7:50 to go. Third period. Wesley for Janney. And a good hit by Belichick sends Janney flying. Zarella. Out in center. Melee plays it. New Jersey Devils 7.5 minutes away from evening up this series. And once again, avoiding a 2-game playoff losing streak.
Maybe. And from March 1st.
Janney breaking in, hooked by Sorella, feet in front for Neely, save!
Great stop.
Sorella got away with a hooking penalty on Janney. Kruzak back for the puck. Boston almost climbed to within 1 there on the 2-on-1 break. Driver chased by Sweeney, fanned on the pass, left in the corner. Kasper's got it. Centers, rolls through. Down comes Kruzak. Behind the net, Kerber stops it and moves it quickly. Bork keeps it in. Kerber's again. Finds Brock. Here's the lead for Verbeek. Just missed. Bork plays it. 6:40 to go in the third. Kasper's pass finds Middleton at the line.
Well, I was going to say the Devils have not lost 2 in a row since March 1st.
Verbeek out to play it. Wesley's got it for Boston. Al Telvin. I was surprised the Devils got caught 2-on-1 this late in the game with a 2-goal lead. Now it's time to start playing defensively. I would think. Wouldn't you say so?
Well, one guy in, maybe make sure that 2 guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 checking system.
Good forechecking there in the corner by McLean. And they're on top of the puck. Wesley did a little job. McLean got up and went after McCarthy. Brickley and Linsman square off. Sticks are very high. Pushing and shoving. 6:01 to go in the third period.
When whippoorwills call,
Blue. Blue heaven.
I heard tonight. Blue heaven.
Labatt's blue.
A turn to the right will lead you to mine.
Imported beer from Canada.
My blue heaven, my blue.
Even strength goals, hasn't it? John McLean sent off into the penalty box. With New Jersey leading 3-1. 6:01 left in the third period.
The penalties, 2 minutes each for high sticking.
High sticking
Number 19
calls
for Boston,
Tom McCarthy and
Tom
John
McCarthy.
McLean.
And number 15,
Mark Johnson who
John
has stayed
McLean.
clear.
Penalties at 13:59.
The rough stuff that's been involved. Mark has never been one to get involved in that. He's a skater and a shooter and a scorer. He started with the U.S. Olympic team in 1980. Bounced around with a couple of teams in the National Hockey League. Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Hartford. And came on strong for the Devils. Has had a fine playoff.
McLean and McCarthy get 2 minutes each for high sticking at 13:59.
Jim Schoenfeld trying to keep his guys sharp. The center of the storm.
Yeah.
A court injunction allowed him to coach tonight. And then the NHL officials said, we will not work tonight's game. Schoenfeld's on the ice. Korn was taken down. You know who hasn't been on the ice in this third period? Is Brendan Shanahan. He's on the bench, but he has not seen the ice in the third period. Kluzak tied up by Cirella.
Very good. He got the assist on Kerber's goal.
Oh, I'm sorry, early. That's right. Since then.
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't called his name in quite a while. Here's Korn coming down. Linsman with a hit on Korn. Crowder with a hit on Korn. Back comes Linsman. Linsman controls nicely. His shot deflected by Cirella. Loose in the corner. Crowder gets to it. Checked by Danico. Boycell takes down Sweeney and comes away with the puck. 5:10 to go in the third period. 3-on-2 Devils. Boycell in the middle. Boycell still controlling. The shot deflected into the corner. Bad play that time, I thought.
Yep.
Flat bump by Wolanin and goes down. Danico fires it out. Telvin plays it. 4:45 to go in the third period. 3-1 New Jersey. Middleton across the line, moving in, slides it in front. Burke covers up. 4:39 to go, third period.
See Dougie Sullivan patting Sean Burke on the head. Burke has had an outstanding game.
New Jersey leading Boston 3-1. This is game 4 of the Wales Conference Final. Sam Rosen, Phil Esposito, and Matt Lauer here at the Byrne Meadowlands Arena. We've been on the air over 4 hours, Bill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 7:30 we came on the air. Game started at 8:51. Amateur officials being used tonight. A walkout of the NHL officials. 4:39 remaining in the third period. The Bruins trying to hold on, or rather trying to come back.
Yeah.
The Devils trying to hold on and tie this series at 2 games apiece.
Well, after that first period, you know, when the hits weren't as many, right now the Bruins have 39 hits. New Jersey has 35 as of right now. So the hitting picked up quite a bit. Once they got to know what they could get away with, it started to pick up.
Jim Schoenfeld, the league said he was suspended for tonight's game. The Devils went to court and got an injunction to block that. Cirella tied up along the boards. And it's cleared out of the zone. Tomorrow night, game 4 of the Campbell Conference Final, Edmonton at Detroit. Edmonton leading that series 2-1. We'll have it for you at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Mike Emmerich and Bill Clement standing by in Detroit. Lemelin plays it around the glass. Brickley playing it in deep. Lemelin works the other side. Patrick Sundstrom is there. Good work by the Devils forwards. Time winding down on the Boston Bruins. They've only broken through for a power play goal in the second period by Cam Neely. Good hit by Patrick Sundstrom on his fellow countryman Michael Telvin. Wesley, long shot, stopped by Burke. 29 saves in the game for the rookie Sean Burke with 3:45 to go in the third. Almost stolen by Maley, and Bourque has the puck.
Some of those saves have been incredible saves.
And once again, the rookie Sean Burke shining in a game the Devils had to win. Good hit by Crowder on Curvers. And a good hit by Sweeney. Rough in the corner. Bourque stops it. He shoots wide. What a shot. Kluzak has the puck. Screening is Sweeney, rather is Crowder, and the shot off the glove of Burke and up into the crowd. 3:14 to go, third period, and New Jersey leading 3-1.
If you can dream it, you can do it. Today, the Prudential can show you a new world of financial opportunities. Look to the Rock for mutual funds, stocks, and bonds. Feel its strength in CDs, insurance, and mortgages. With the right choices, the right guidance, the sky's the limit. The Prudential. Your rock in financial services.
Well, when the Bruins have more shots, they're 8-1. But tonight, they're out-shooting the Devils 31-17. But it's the Devils.
The Bruins are going crazy right now, too, Sam. If they're calling the face-off outside, the puck went off of Schonberg's glove, catching glove. And what are you going to do?
It's part of what's happened in this game with the use of the amateur officials. They've had their hands full. They've done the best they can do. Called in on an emergency basis. Lensman coming out of the penalty box after
he came over and he was going to say something to McCauley.
That's right.
Then he just sort of like waved at him and said, forget it.
So now the sideshow will continue tomorrow to find out, will the NHL officials work the game in Detroit tomorrow night? Will there be another walkout? Casper gets it to Plett. Around past Burridge. Kluzak there, 2:45 to go in the third period. Plett open. The shot. Save Burke, the rebound. It's underneath Burke. The Devils control it. Quite a shot by Willie Plett, and Sean Burke with another beautiful save.
There's Jim Korn with Randy Burry. Just take a look at it. Watch Plett. He takes all day to shoot it, but he gets it on. And the puck just drops down. Now, if Burke doesn't know whether there it is, look, right there. And they save it, and then Wolanin puts a glove into the face of Burridge, I guess it was.
I thought Wolanin
was
made a mistake there. He should have tucked it underneath Burke, and Burke had to wind up covering it up on the pad.
Yep, good save by Burke.
2:37 to go in the third period. This series resumes in Boston on Tuesday night. We'll have it for you on the road to the Cup at 7:30 Eastern time from the Boston Garden.
Bruins are having tremendous conversations with the referee, and then now Telvin and Wolanin are talking.
There are 8 Devils on the ice and 7 Bruins, and now we'll even things out at 5 aside. The skaters go off, and Paul McInnes, the man designated as the referee tonight. 2:37 to go in the third period. New Jersey leading 3-1. And false start on the faceoff. You know something, Phil? Whatever they're paying Paul McInnes,
It's not enough.
He's having a good time. And one thing in all the news that was going on, the late-breaking stories and the suspensions and court injunctions, we forgot to wish everybody, all the moms out there watching tonight, Happy Mother's Day, belated Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day's almost over, and we hope it was a happy one for you. Jim Schoenfeld.
He's mad because the Bruins changed lines, and they weren't allowed to. They couldn't change lines because it was a false face-off. But McInnes let him.
You know, the best thing for these officials, one thing, if they just say, I'm not going to do it, the coaches can just, what are you going to do? Let them call it the way they can. You can't really have long arguments with them.
You cannot fault them.
They're doing the absolute best they possibly can. .237 to go in the third period. Devils have only 3 shots on goal here in the third period. Phil, they had 5 in the second, but 1 in the net. The only goal scored in this third period. Cirella's got it. 2.5 minutes to go. Devils leading 3-1. Patrick Sundstrom after the rolling puck. Telvin breaks it up. Sundstrom gets it back. Sundstrom ridden out by Neely. Sundstrom still with the puck. McLean with a shot, stopped by Lemelin.
I thought after that third game, the Devils looked very tired, and I thought it'd be very difficult for them. But boy, it just proves more to me. They just don't quit.
Bill,
That's why they're here.
and we've said it over and over again, every time it looked like the Devils were about to fold up the tents and say, okay, we've gone this far, it's been great, they come back with something extra.
They want more. They're hungry. They want more.
1:45 to go. 3-1 Devils as they're about to tie this series. Loisel tied up. McLean went down. Bourque's got the puck. Bourque lost control. And another question has to be after this game, will Harry Sinden, the general manager of the Boston Bruins, protest this game to the league?
I think he will.
And asked that it be replayed. Here comes Linsman. Stopped by Burke. The rebound stopped by Burke.
He's there.
Kluzak moves it around to McCarthy. Checked by Sorella. Danico clears to Brickley. 1 minute left in the game. 1 minute. They're going wild at the Meadowlands as the Devils are about to even up the conference final. The bouncer gloved by Burke. Another tough bouncer. And a whistle stops play. 46 seconds to go. We'll be announcing the Hartford Insurance Player of the Game in just a moment. And I think you can
Guess who?
figure it out. Man made 33 saves. Tom B standing by in the studio with a 7-up play of the night. Terry O'Reilly with a timeout. That's it. We've told that to you earlier. Back in the regular season, Washington Capitals beat them home and home. And since then, in their drive to the playoffs and in their tremendous success in the playoffs, which has enabled them to play even with the Boston Bruins through 4 games of the Wales Conference Final, the Devils have not lost back-to-back games. Wow. John McCauley, the director of officiating for the NHL. Boy, what a nightmare this has been for him.
Well, these 3 guys on the ice, the officials are they're going to be tired. They're going to be tired tonight. Boy, I'll tell you, Burke made one huge save on, I believe, the rebound. It was a
Keith
rebound
Crowder.
shot. Was it
Crowder on the rebound,
yeah.
right. There's Sean Burke. Reggie Lemelin has gone to the bench. The Bruins will play with an empty net for the final 46 seconds. Bruins won game 1, 5-3. Devils had a strong comeback in that one from 3-0 behind. Devils won in overtime in game 2, 3-2. The Bruins won 6-1, and right now, well, the people in our control room have given this game to the Devils with 46 seconds to go at 3-1, but we'll hold out for the final score. We'll see as the Bruins put 6 skaters on the ice. The Bruins haven't given up. 46 seconds left. Jim Schoenfeld wants to make sure his guys stay sharp, and with Sean Burke in goal, there's a good chance that that score will stand up. But right now, it's Linsman, Neely, Janney, Joyce, Kluzak, and Bourque for Boston. Their net is empty. 6 skaters on.
Nice draw.
Linsman wins to Bourque, keys it up, feeds wide. Janney missing the net again.
You cannot do that when you have an opportunity like that. They score right away on that faceoff. A good job by Linsman. You know, they still have a chance.
Sure. Broken up momentarily. Bruins come in, Neely with it. 25 seconds to go. Centered. Maley's got the intercept, and he clears it out. 20 seconds to go. Sundstrom sends it in. Bourque fires down. The New Jersey Devils have beaten the Bruins 3-1. Kluzak and Maley.
Well, that started. Maley went after Linsman, Sam. I was watching it.
In a game that took 3 hours to play, got underway over an hour late. Burke is shoving Janney. Linsman sticks up with Belichick. And maybe, I certainly hope it doesn't end more uglier than it was during parts of this game. Linsman shoves Belichick. Belichick laughs at Linsman. Healy steps in, and nobody wants to go with him. Will it end? Will these players leave the ice? McCauley waving. I guess it's a fitting ending, Phil, to a night that will be long remembered.
I think so. Terry O'Reilly's on the ice trying to get his players off. Tell them to get off.
The Devil fans have reason to cheer and be proud. Their team has evened the series. And now, Jim Schoenfeld, very satisfied, heads for the locker room. But now the byplay will resume.
Well, now we'll see. First, whether Harry Simmons is going to protest, whether the referees are going to referee tomorrow.
Will Jim Schoenfeld be suspended by the league? Will the suspension hold up? Will there be a hearing?
Will he coach on Tuesday?
A lot of questions to be answered. Right now, the answer to the question, who was the Hartford Insurance Player of the Game? Number 1. And he was number 1 all night long.
Sure
Sean
was.
Burke. He made 33 saves and allowed only a power play goal by Cam Neely in the second period.
I like the way Danico played too, but
And Curvers
too.
Boston Bruins are beaten by the New Jersey Devils 3-1, and this series is all even, 2 games apiece. Tommy standing by in our studio for the 7-Up Player of the Night. Tom?
All right, Sam Rosen, thank you very much. And our player of the night, well, our player of the night is the New Jersey Devils leaving the ice prior to tonight's game. We waited over an hour before substitute officials came in to work tonight's game. And for the record, this is our 7-Up play of the night.
Rain, 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 beautiful rain. Rain, 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 beautiful rain. Oh, come to me, beautiful rain. Rain, 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 feels so beautiful rain. Rain, 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 come beautiful rain. Oh, come, never come. Oh, come, never come. Oh, come to me, beautiful rain.
Valley Motors has become the Alakiski Valley's #1 sales leader through one basic philosophy. We want to earn our customers' business.
Certainly one of the things that has made us successful is our product. Ford, Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge.
For example, if customers are looking for a great deal on a new car or truck, they should definitely come to Valley Motors now during our spectacular spring clearance sale.
Doing television commercials? My brother would probably say I do a better job than he does.
I do a better job than he does.
KBL Entertainment Network is bringing home the Bucks on cable TV again this year. Follow the Pirates with John Sanders, Lanny Fratteri, Steve Blass, and Jim Rooker as they call the action on the 1988 Battle in Bucks. For the best on cable, tune to the KBL Entertainment Network in your area.
Well, this Mother's Day walkout is now history at the Meadowlands. For the record, the Devils win the game 3-1. They even the Wales Conference Finals at 2, so it's at least a 6-game series now. But these questions will be staring in the face of the National Hockey League, the players, and the referees on Monday's front pages. Why was Jim Schoenfeld suspended by the NHL without a full hearing? Will the officials work in Detroit on Monday? And why was Schoenfeld suspended without a full National Hockey League hearing? Other questions, will the Boston Bruins protest Game 4, as Harry Sinden mentioned that they might do, but didn't give us a clue whether they would do. Other questions on Monday, will Schoenfeld be behind the bench on Tuesday night for Game 5 in Boston? And should the New Jersey Devils have accepted the NHL suspension and gone from there? These are several questions that will be in the newspapers on the NHL Stanley Cup front page tomorrow, and hopefully will be answered by tomorrow night's game in Detroit. We'll be back to tell you about our Road to the Cup continuing its coverage tomorrow night. Right after these commercial words, we'll tell you about our game scheduled for Detroit tomorrow evening between the Oilers and the Detroit Red Wings.
Now the final chapter, students, in Bosworth's book of etiquette, personal hygiene. How will you separate yourselves from those barbaric hordes that exude a most malodorous air? New Ride Guard Sports Stick from Gillette. Maximum protection and a fresh new scent. A veritable olfactory medley. New Ride Guard Sports Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized. Raise your glasses, gentlemen, to civilization.
I'm gonna get away. I'm gonna go somewhere. Relax. Take it easy, you know?
Where do you want to go?
Bloomingdale's.
No matter where you want to go, just call us now for our new lower fares. While other airlines have prohibited smoking on flights under 2 hours, only Northwest has eliminated smoking on all flights throughout North America.
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Northwest, Northwest.
This is a brand new $18,000 car. Put in a leading motor oil. This is an identical new car. Put in Mobil 1. Start them up and drive. Under extreme conditions, temperatures inside your engine can reach 570 degrees. Of course, Mobil 1 costs more, but then under extreme conditions, look at what can happen to conventional motor oil. Mobil 1. Isn't your car worth the extra protection?
A reminder, of course, that the delayed edition of SportsCenter with Chris Berman and John Saunders coming right up. Our final score tonight from New Jersey, the Devils, for the record, beat the Boston Bruins 3-1. They even this Wales Conference final at 2 games apiece. Tomorrow night, our Road to the Cut cameras will be at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. Will the referees be there for the Oilers and the Red Wings? We shall see. That series is 2-1 in favor of Edmonton. Our airtime tomorrow night at 8 Eastern and 5 Pacific time. Be with us. We'll have an update tomorrow also on this whole bizarre situation from New Jersey. I'm Tom Mees. Good night, everyone. SportsCenter.
United Airlines, from the ground up, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
Up next on SportsCenter, the NHL says New Jersey coach Jim Schoenfeld is suspended. The Devils say not yet, so the referees say they're not officiating. The game goes on, but with a makeshift crew. We'll have the latest. In baseball, yet another pitcher flirts with history, while Oakland's Dave Stewart tries to make a point. It's serious crunch time in the NBA playoffs, and 3 more teams are gone. And big bucks for a guy on the rebound. All next on SportsCenter.
Once again, everybody, and welcome to the ESPN SportsCenter. I'm Chris Berman, along with John Saunders. And certainly last night, as we reviewed the tapes involving Coach Jim Schoenfeld of the Devils, we had a good time with him talking about donuts, yelling at referee Don Koharski. But obviously, things a little more serious than that. And, John, a situation that hockey, I think, would like to forget. Hopefully, they will forget by tomorrow in Detroit.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to point the finger at hockey because this is a situation that has happened in the past in other sports and could happen again. But certainly the National Hockey League was looking at this one, shaking their heads, wondering how they could stop it. The incident started 2 days ago after the Devils lost to Boston in Game 3 of the Wales Conference Final. Devils coach Jim Schoenfeld waited for referee Don Koharski to exit so he could protest some calls he felt may have influenced the outcome of the game. Now, here's the tape. You've seen it before. Schoenfeld and Koharski are going at each other pretty good. Koharski slips here. Schoenfeld says he did not push him, and it appears as if he was right. But just the same, Jim Schoenfeld was suspended by the National Hockey League for 1 game today. Now, the Devils went to court to get Schoenfeld reinstated, and the officials would not come out to officiate the game today.
The New Jersey Devils cannot tolerate the injustice that has been done to Jim Schoenfeld and our organization. We are owed the right of a hearing and appeal. 2 weeks ago, when Brendan Shanahan became involved in a high sticking incident with a member of the Washington Capitals, the league conducted a hearing in my office within 36 hours of the altercation. Yet, in this case, with the future of a franchise at stake, as well as the reputation of our coach, Jim Schoenfeld, Brian O'Neill did not convene an official hearing. What's more, to the best of my knowledge, Mr. O'Neill has not yet even looked at the videotape of the post-game incident, despite the fact it was made available to him.
Referee Dave Newell says if Schoenfeld's in, we will not referee the game. Official John McCauley speaking with Schoenfeld here. You could see the delay had tensions high.
I'll tell you one thing, New Jersey's going to pay, and they're going to pay, and they're going to pay. You remember the time Tom Lysiak a couple of years ago tripped the linesman, and he got 20 games? Pulford told me, the GM told me, for 2 years they paid. And he'd go before every game, we're sorry, the guy's gone, please forgive us. New Jersey made a big mistake because they had a good rallying cry here. They were all right, you know, they could have said, let's win it for Shoney, let's win it for Shoney, and they would have got them up.
I'm appalled at this. To be honest with you, from a hockey point, whether I'm involved as a National Hockey League general manager or not, from a man that loves hockey, I'm appalled by what's happening here.
Finally, about an hour after the game was set to begin, amateur referees and linesmen took to the ice to officiate the game. This was a decision made by the National Hockey League. The linesmen are the gentlemen wearing the yellow warm-up jerseys, and as you can see, a little bit of problems negotiating the turns, just skating at this point. The referee, Paul McInnes, was someone who had refereed some rookie games in the National Hockey League and was an off-ice official. But at this point, you had to question, and the game had to go on. I think at that point we agree. The game had to go on, but whether or not that was the correct decision for those guys to go on.
I think, John, that what we were worried about, we were talking about it before the game happened, would there be a possibility of a bloodbath if the game got to 4, 5-0, 6-1? Could the referees control things? Not that the bench clearing brawl might have happened, and then there would have been no stopping. Also, there was a question, might there be somebody hurt? And I'm talking about not in a bloodbath or anything, but in a situation where a referee, or in this case, a linesman, right, may be out of position, not used to positioning themselves with the best hockey players in the world and getting out of the way, and then causing a player and the linesman to tumble over each other and have people hurt on just a normal play. That could have happened.
Yeah, I think there's no question that referees and linesmen in hockey have the toughest job of any official, just by the nature of the fact they have to skate. And it's tough to get out of the way of guys who are skating at 20 to 25 miles an hour, pucks traveling at 100 miles an hour. And we saw that the two linesmen, the referee appeared to be someone who could negotiate pretty well, but the two linesmen were having some problems just backing out of face-offs.
You know, you've skated, you've played hockey. It's not that easy just to drop a puck and skate backwards.
It's a lot more difficult than it looks. Had you been there, you might have officiated tonight's game. Anyway, they did decide to play the game. The fans in New Jersey didn't seem too upset that the game was delayed over an hour. As one fan put it, we've watched bad hockey for so long, we'll wait any amount of time to see good hockey. They know what they're talking about in New Jersey when it comes to the Devils. Anyway, the first call of the game, the first whistle was wrong. They call a two-line pass offside. Clearly, that puck only went over one line before the Bruin got it, just the same. Dave Maley in front. The puck goes off Telvin's skate past Lemelin. New Jersey's on top, 1-0. They get another goal 45 seconds later. Pat Verbeek with a nice move around Lemelin that slips it in with the backhand, 2-0 New Jersey. It gets a little nasty in the second period as they start to test these two linesmen who now actually have the stripes on. Terry O'Reilly, the coach of the Bruins, wants a piece of Pat Verbeek. And then Jim Schoenfeld, who's a good friend of O'Reilly's, they were teammates when they both played for the Bruins, start yelling at each other. Wolanin and Byers start fighting. Everyone else, it's tumbling down, but as Chris said earlier, the benches did not clear, and that was a good point. Jim Schoenfeld sees the Bruins start a power play. Boston takes advantage. Craig Janney with a nice pass to Cam Neely. He beat Sean Burke, but that was the only time they could beat Sean Burke. Want to see a nice pass? Watch Shanahan to Tom Kermers. all-in-one motion, 3-1 Jersey, and that's the way the game ends up. The series is now even at 2. Sean Burke with 33 saves. The Devils have not lost 2 consecutive games since losing to the Capitals March 1st and 2nd. Game 5 is Tuesday. Monday night, of course, we go back to the Campbell Conference. The Edmonton Oilers leading the Detroit Red Wings 2-1, and we'll have that one here for you on ESPN at 8 o'clock Monday.
And the talking and the discussion is still going on about the referee situation, the game itself. Right now, live, Terry O'Reilly in the Meadowlands press room, and let's go pick up and see what the Bruins coach has to say.
When they would not make calls in the third period, no call is a much easier thing to do, and let the clock run out than to blow the whistle and give New Jersey a penalty when they're trying to protect the lead. So when it comes down to that, like I said, it's much easier to defend a lead once the referee puts his whistle away. Pardon me? Do you expect to be coaching against Jim Tuesday? I'm not going to make any predictions there at all. You know.
Why did you agree to do the game with the amateur officials?
What's that?
Why did you agree to play the game with amateur officials?
We had no choice. What was our choice? Our choice was to refuse to play and forfeit the game.
Jerry, can you address the scuffling in the Boston bench in the second period? It seemed like you or John Conniff was involved in Patty Verbeek.
That's irrelevant. That's got nothing to do with. I had an accident at practice.
Well, the talking goes on, and the question does he expect Schoenfeld to be coaching? I mean, we shall see. We don't want to guess what section the judge who gave the restraining order will be sitting in next year with the Devils season tickets. We're only kidding now. We're only kidding. But at any rate, we thought we might throw that out. All right, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of baseball on Sunday, a lot of NBA, and you know what? We should do that in a minute, don't you think?
A minute or so. Stay with us. We'll be back in about that amount of time.
Sports Center is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. By Busch Beer, the beer with a taste as smooth as its name. And brought to you by Ace Hardware Corporation. Ace is the place.
This report details new opportunities in several markets here.
And we'll be arriving in
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Yeah, at 200 kilometers, 125 miles per hour for you.
I never would have known.
20 minutes. 20 minutes. Too bad.
The Thermogrip Hot Glue Gun for only $4.97. And the little Playmate Cooler for a cool $3.57 after rebate. The right stuff at the right price, right here. Hey, let me tell you, Ace is a place for me.
Wow, finished that table yourself?
Yep.
Beautiful job. How'd you get such professional results?
Czar polyurethane.
Good choice. Czar is easy to use. It's self-leveling so you get a smooth, even finish. And Czar is tough. Marks and spills wipe clean with a damp cloth. And Czar never needs waxing. But would you recommend Czar wood finish for first-timers?
I am a first-timer.
Czar comes in a variety of finishes for the look you want. For a free brochure and the dealer nearest you, write us today.
Have you heard about this left brain, right brain stuff? Take steak. The left brain believes in moderation. The right brain just knows it's good. Nice thing about sirloin, makes the whole brain happy. Beef, real food for real people.
The NBA's home court advantage was illustrated in dramatic fashion in this year's first round of the playoffs. Only one team managed to win a game on the other's home floor. The Boston Celtics in Game 4 against the Knicks. In the other three series, Game 5 was needed after each club won a pair at home. In Pontiac, Michigan, the Washington Bullets looking to end the trend. However, This is the NBA. Those trends will stay. John Williams blows the layup. Bill Laimbeer rebounds to Isaiah Thomas. Nice pass to Joe Dumars. He gets a pair. 27-22 Pistons after one. Steve Coulter then is driving. Watch Isaiah. Knocks it away. Saves it to Rick Mahorn. To Adrian Dantley, who is all alone for the easy two. Pistons by 10 at the half. Bulls problems continue in the third. Isaiah again on defense. Knocks another one away. This time he gets it back himself. Goes in for the layup. And Wes Unseld says, guys, we did such a great job in Landover. What are we doing here in Pontiac? Dumars then feeds Dennis Rodman. And Rodman takes it in for the jam. Pistons by 17. The Bullets shooting 30% from the field. Johnson blows a layup. Dumars brings it up. Finds Rodman one more time. And the 20,000 plus in Pontiac Silverdome are going crazy with the win. An easy win. 99-78 the final. Pistons' 11th consecutive home playoff win. Dumars had 20 points. In Chicago, the Bulls and Cleveland Cavs playing to decide who would play Detroit. Cavs led through the first half. Brad Daugherty was strong inside, 14 in the first half. Cavs by 5 at the half. Second half, Bulls come back. Michael Jordan pulls up, nails the jumper. We're tied at 66. Late in the third, the Cavs by 1. Scottie Pippen, who got the surprise start, intercepts this one, takes it in for 2. Bulls' first lead of the game. They're up by 1. Mark Price, however, dishes to Ron Harper. Harper drives, gets hammered, and still comes up with a three-point play, 92-88 Bulls. Bulls by 6, time is running out. Clock expires, the crowd is so loud the officials can't hear it. Scottie Pippen finally picks up the 2 points, but take a look at it again on the replay. The clock has expired before Pippen takes that first shot, and then about 2 rebounds later, he scores. Mistakes cost the Cavs. Down by 6 with under a minute to go. Jordan misses. Daugherty can't get it together. Throws it past Harper. That's a turnover. Now it's just a 3-point game with 18 seconds left. Sparrow misses, but Cleveland cannot come up with the rebound. And the Bulls run out the clock to win this one, 107-101. Advance to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 7 years. Jordan with 39. Scottie Pippen with 24. And the surprise start for Pippen, one big reason the Bulls are on their way to the semis.
I think I was looking to be more of an offensive threat. I was really going to the offensive boards and really, trying to make my man work. We felt we was a much better team. We got 50 wins, not just by one guy scoring 50 points every night, but by everybody contributing in each night. And, I think for the first time in the playoffs, we've shown that we were the team and there's other players on this team that can contribute.
And I was so happy that other guys were able to step forward and make a solid contribution today. We have not been a one-man team this season, nor will we ever be a one-man team. Our contributions come from everyone. Michael carried us the first 2 games with his offense. Today, the Chicago Bulls showed up in unison, and we were able to win the series.
The Bulls and the Pistons series will start Tuesday night at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Who do you like in that one?
Who's at home? They also went to the limit in the Atlanta-Milwaukee series. 5th and final game at the Hawks. Guess who won? And Mother's Day in Atlanta. Yeah, early first quarter, Tree Rollins was so impressed with the crowd that he played the Matador D on Terry Cummings, and he had 28 points. But in the second quarter, Kevin Willis cuts off a passing lane, makes the steal, and will power it home, and the Hawks lead the Bucks by 7. Dominique, watch the pick and roll from Doc Rivers, and Jack Sikma isn't sure what's about to blow past him. And boom! Dominique had 24 in the first half, 33 overall, Hawks by 9. Third quarter, the Hawks poured on, and Randy Whitman was a major force in this game. The Hawks up by 19 after 3. Bucks do make a run in the fourth, a 10-2 run. Humphreys to Jerry Reynolds on the alley-oop. But the Hawks hold on. Whitman, who averaged 10 points a game all year, his high for the year was 20. 13 of 19 from the floor for 29 points. You expect Danique to get 33. You don't expect Whitman to get 29, but he did. And Atlanta won by 10 at home, and they move on to the Eastern semis against the Celtics. Game 1, the Boston Garden, Wednesday night. The Western semis are already underway, the Jazz and the Lakers. And in the first quarter, the Jazz wish, well, they were slightly off-key. There they try to come up court, but forget it. Worthy with the slam. Lakers lead 8-0. This is what it looked like for the Jazz as they threw up shot after shot after shot that just rolled off the rim. And by the time the Lakers move it over to Lord Byron Scott, he had the deuce. The Lakers led 16-4. 8 points in the first quarter for the Jazz. And Frank Layden, who has some great one-liners, had plenty to dish out after that. 24-8 after 1. Michael Thompson with the stuff. Lakers by 24 at the half. So showtime in the second half. Magic, the long pass to Worthy, over to Kareem for 2 more. Lakers led by as much as 30. And frankly, you know, what are you going to do? Michael Cooper was back, and he hit the three-pointer. Layden figured, I need some new strategy. Let me get it from Jack Nicholson. Frank, you got to change the lineup. Lakers beat Utah 110-91, the 8 points, the least ever scored in NBA history in the first quarter. The NBA record is 6. That happened in '86 when Atlanta got only 6 in one of the quarters against the Celtics U.S. Game 2 is at the Lakers on Tuesday night. The other Western semis, Dallas and Denver, and they begin in Denver. Denver is at home for Game 1. That's Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern Time. Is 7:30 Mountain?
That was a good imitation of Billy Tubbs. I like that.
Yeah, right.
Back with more in just a moment, including the day's look at baseball.
We'll be back with more from the Diamond right after this.
In May, the Movie Channel has something for everyone who loves movies. If it's laughs you crave, Shelley Long and Bette Midler couldn't be funnier.
Every guy I have ever slept with, and we are way into double digits here, has come back for more.
They're outrageous, and so is Michael J. Fox. He'll do anything for success. But if it's time to get serious, Rachel Ward stars in a drama of mystery and intrigue as the good wife. And for adventure, don't touch that dial. Burt Reynolds and Lauren Hutton are playing tough in Malone. All kinds of movies all the time on the Movie Channel.
You never know what to expect from adopted children. This one became president. And these adopted kids skated to the Olympics. And this one went far in education. And this adopted kid dove into world fame. Adopted children are just like other kids. They're kids with great expectations.
Take a look inside the exciting and glamorous world of thoroughbred racing. Interviews with owners and jockeys. Highlights of key races. Thoroughbred Digest. Wednesday afternoons on ESPN.
It was the pitching matchup of the year to date. Dave Stewart of the Oakland A's at 7-0 against Greg Swindell of the Cleveland Indians at 6-0. Stewart had an advantage. You see, he's playing for a team that had won 12 in a row going into today's home game at the Coliseum. Indians lead at 1-0 in the 5th, but Carney Lansford, the fly ball to right center. Carmen Castillo, Joe Carter, Julio Franco, mine, yours. Nobody gets it. Tony Phillips scores from second, just ahead of the throw, and we're tied at 1. Later in the 5th, Jose Canseco slaps one to the left side. Lansford comes around to score. It's 2-1 A's. Want to see a rope? Watch Mark McGuire. That's your basic shot to left field. And Canseco will come around to score a 4-run fifth for the A's. More than enough for Dave Stewart, who, let me tell you, folks, his last start he beat Frank Tanata when he was 5-0. This time he takes on 6-0 Swindell and beats him. Stewart is 8-0 with a 4-hitter. Oakland's won 13 in a row. They are 23-7, and they even get a homer from Orlando Mercado today. His first homer since 1986. The team is hot. At Seattle, Alvin Davis homered for the 4th time in 4 games, but so what? Detroit all over the Mariners, 9-3. Salazar with a 3-run homer. Frank Tanana Daiquiri ups his mark to 6-1. At the Homerdome, the Red Sox and the Twins. Top of the 4th, the Red Sox trailing 4-3, but with runners at 2nd and 3rd against Mark Lisbon, Portugal. Marty Grinnin Barrett with the bloop shot to left center field. Brady Bunch Anderson will score. Ellis Burks follows. It's 5-4 Sox. After Dwight Evans homers to make it 6-4, Kirby Union Gap Puckett plays Lady Willpower with this pitch from Oil Can Boyd, and it's out of there. But then, next pitch from Oil Can, Ken Herbeck says, forget Lady Willpower. It's 420 feet. We're tied at 6. But Ellis Burks back in the lineup with 3 RBIs. Mike Mason, an outing he'd like to forget. No innings pitched, but he gave up 4 runs. That'll do wonders for his ERA. And the Red Sox go on to beat the Twins at the Homerdome 10-6. Boyd with the win, despite the fact that it was not one of his best outings. 6 runs in 5 innings, but he'll take the win.
The American League East winners the past several years have usually padded their records by loading up on the softies in the American League West. But times have changed, at least for this weekend, as the East-leading Yankees were trying to avoid being swept by the Texas Rangers, something that had never happened in the history of the franchise. Curtis Wilkerson sends one deep to left center, off Charles Hudson. Roberto Kelly back after it, but he cannot come up with the ball. Incaviglia and Buechele score, and it's tied at 3. Yankees regain the lead in the 5th. Don Mattingly at the plate. Singles to center off Hayward. Rafael Santana scores. The Yankees take a 5-3 lead. But back come Texas in the bottom of the 5th. Steve Kemp loops one off Shields. Paliarula cannot get to the ball. Fletcher comes across. Texas now on top 6-5. The Yankees in their half of the 6th. Paliarula takes a Russell pitch deep to left. Home run number 7 for Pags as he goes to the opposite field. 2-run shot, 7-6 Yankees. But bottom of the 6th, Texas scores 4 times. James Steele loops a single to center. He scores Wilkerson and Fletcher. And the Texas Rangers, for the first time in the history of the franchise, have swept the New York Yankees, winning this one 10-8 the final. Rangers first series sweep at all since last September. In Anaheim, the Angels and the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays are struggling. However, the Angels end a 7-game home losing streak and 4-game overall, winning this one 8-1. In Kansas City, the Brewers and the Kansas City Royals. Felder with 2 RBIs as the Brewers get 4 in the 10th. The Royals lose their 5th straight. And Chicago and the Baltimore Orioles win one in the 10th. Orsolak with a bases-loaded single in the 10th inning. Cal Ripken also had a home run. He has been hot since starting the season. Is something like 0.47. He's over 300 now.
Hey, the Orioles won 2 in the last 7 days. They're on a roll. Doug Drabek was on a roll today, too. We'll have his pitching highlights from Pittsburgh and the rest of the senior circuit in a moment.
Isn't it cool? Pink, isn't it cool? To drink cherry 7-Up, can't get enough. Isn't it so cool? Cool and pink makes you feel so right. To take the chance tonight, isn't it cool and pink? Cherry 7-Up, isn't it so cool and pink?
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not panicking yet, but Tim is our major weapon for this meeting, and I don't see him.
I spoke to him last night. He said he'll meet us there.
What, is he taking a different flight?
He's not flying, he's driving.
He is driving the 300 miles.
He just bought a 190 class Mercedes. Says he's never driven anything like it.
Well, that's great, but why would he want to do all that driving when he doesn't have to?
I guess that's the whole point.
A trend has developed this baseball season, the almost perfect game or almost no-hitter. Ron Robinson of the Reds, Nolan Ryan of the Stros, John Private Tutor of the Cards. Sunday was Doug Drabek of the Pirates who danced with baseball destiny. 6th inning, scoreless tie in Pittsburgh. Bobby Bonilla, who's been swinging a great bat for the Bucks this year, with a slicer to left center field. Barry U.S. Bonds will score. 1-0 Pirates. Bonilla went 3 for 4. Then Sid Coffey and Bream with an opposite field double. Bonilla scores 2-0 Bucks. Doug Drabek, meanwhile, was holding the Pods without a hit. Here against Dickie Marathon. And the crowd senses something special when in the 8th inning, Sean Lil Abner takes a seat. No-hitter into the 9th. But the leadoff man in the 9th, pinch hitter Randy Reddy. Up the middle, Al Padrique makes the stop. He tries to throw. It's an infield hit all the way, and Christy Drabek says, wow, we were close. 1 out later, how often do you see it? You lose the no-hitter, you lose the shutout. Marvell Wynn hits a home run, but since the Pirates led it 6-0 at the time, Drabek settled down, got the complete game win, and the 2-hitter, and Pittsburgh beat San Diego 6-2. Talk about good pitching in New York. Mets got more of it against the Cincinnati Reds. Howard Johnson gave some bat support with a ball to left field. Gary Carter around third. Cal Jack Daniels with the throw to the plate. Not in time. The Mets lead Mario Soto 2-0. Bottom of the 7th inning. Mets look for more runs. Keith Hernandez breaks open the game with an RBI single to left. And Dykstra scores. By this point, it's 5-0. Meanwhile, as Tony Darling watches husband Ron Darling take a shutout into the 9th. Watch Dykstra make the grab on Barry Larkin. But the sac fly it goes down for as Treadway scores. Means Darling doesn't get the shutout, but boy, he is hot with a 3-hitter today for Darling. Third complete game of the year. And the Mets over the Reds 5-1. And New York is sizzling. You can see ERA Darling 1.64 for the year. At Montreal, Houston got some hits that looked like line drives in the box score. They were kind of dink shots, but who cares? Houston wins at the 7-2. Bob Knepper now 4-0.
In St. Louis, the Los Angeles Dodgers, leaders in the National League West, faced the Cardinals in what is supposed to be a pitcher's ballpark. You'd never know it. To watch this afternoon as they started lining up and running out all of the runs. Kirk Gibson, over from the Tigers, jumps on this Jose De Leon pitch. Gone. His 5th of the year, 1-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the 3rd, Cardinals get the equalizer. Luis Alicea takes Don Sutton to the same place for his first Major League home run. He's the guy they brought up when they traded Tommy Herr over to Minnesota. We're even at 1. Bottom of the 4th, the Cardinals take the lead. Tom Brunansky, who is the guy they got for Tommy Herr, takes it out to right. Willie McGee is in from second. 2-1 St. Louis. Top of the 5th, L.A. comes alive. Mike Marshall drops down for this one and drops it just inside the line and left. Steve Sax scores. Kirk Gibson follows him. The Dodgers on top to stay 3-2. Then Danny Heat into left field. Coleman misplays the bounce. It gets by him. Mike Marshall comes across to make it 4-2, and the Dodgers go on to win 12-6 in what you wouldn't call a pitcher's duel, but Don Sutton, just the same, picks up the win. 6 hits he allowed and 5 runs in 7 innings of work. At Wrigley Field in Chicago, the Cubs in San Francisco, Ryan Sandberg was 4 for 6 with 2 triples. Vance Law had a home run and 6 RBIs in the game. Chicago wins at 13-7. In Atlanta, the Braves and the Phillies. Ruffin picks up his victory in his 3rd complete game of the season as Philadelphia wins it 5-1.
Fitting that he would play on a night when they had a hockey game like that. 2 minutes for Ruffin. When we come back, golf and tennis results. Sports Center continues in a moment.
Trickle, trickle, the drip drop, doing the 7-Up raindrop bop. Splash, splash, don't stop the 7-Up raindrop bop. 'Cause it feels so good, coming down, down, down on the town. Take a splash, splash, do it like this.
Pop about the top and do the raindrop bop.
7-Up feels so good, the raindrop drop, drop your bottom now.
In the look-alike world of financial services, one stands out. It's one of America's strongest diversified financial experts, a fortress of insurance protection with Group Universal Life and other employee benefits, an innovative leader in comprehensive, affordable health services, and a master architect of financial growth in pensions and mutual funds. It's the Travelers. You're better off under the umbrella.
If you take car repairs into your own hands to save a little money, listen up. Right now, save up to $9.60 when you purchase a case of Napa Oil, 2 Napa oil filters, and 2 Napa air filters. Clean up now with Napa.
It is the Las Vegas turnaround on the PGA Tour. You win in Nevada and you pocket $250,000. So what if the tourney went from 90 to 72 holes? The winner certainly wouldn't quarrel with the wind problems earlier in the week that caused the cut down. 3rd round leader is Kurt Byram. And on Sunday, he was thinking $250,000, went out of a bunker in the hole for 13 under par. But Gary Koch, with an important, long, par-saving putt at 11, he is still in the lead at -14 at this stage. Out of a fairway bunker, second shot on the 12th. Yeah, we all should come out of the fairway sand and into birdie territory like that. And Gary Koch proceeded to nail the birdie to go 15 under. Coming off a long birdie at 16, Rick Fear at the 215-yard 17th. This is the tee shot, and that's set up a birdie to put him in hailing distance. A birdie by Byram on 18 could force a playoff, but he missed the birdie and the follow-up par. And as Koch looks, Peter Jacobson misses a birdie that could have forced a playoff. So Gary Koch near tears because he lost his exemption last year. He got a tournament exemption to get in the Las Vegas Invitational, and so He makes the most of it, winning $250,000, beating Peter Jacobson and Marco Mira by 1. The ladies, let me tell you about this finish. 4 of them went to the first sudden death playoff hole, a par 5 18th. Julie Inkster with an eagle to win the playoff at Suffolk, Virginia at the Crest Star Classic. And the seniors, Billy Casper won better than Chichi Rodriguez. As Rodriguez defending champ, but this year it's Casper who wins at San Antonio at the Vantage.
The Italian Open tennis tournament serves as a tune-up to the French Open as the ladies polish their skills on clay. Top players Steffi Graf and Martina Navratilova decided to skip Rome. And when Chris Evert was forced to withdraw with an injury, the door was open for Gabriela Sabatini, and the teenager took full advantage of that opening as she faced Helen Calesi of Canada today. Here's Sabatini serves. Calesi, worn down by the heat, perhaps hits it into the net. Gabby serving here, moves in and puts Calesi away. Only took her 25 minutes in the first set. She wins it 6-1. Trouble in the second set. 6-7, 6-1. Sabatini enjoying the win at this point, and she'll move on, of course, to the French Open. Meanwhile, the men, Andre Agassi, facing Slobodan Zivojinovic. Despite the fact that he played 4 matches in the last less than 2 days, a winner 7-5, 7-6, 7-5. 12-0 on clay this year, picks up his second tournament win of the year, and also a check for $127,000, and that's not clay.
He's big time already, but even bigger time in a short. 18 years old, you can play those matches in 2 days. With veterans, it's tougher. Eric Clemens is by with the next Sports Center at 2 a.m., so my goodness, we're keeping the seats warm for him. He's almost by. Hope you've enjoyed the Sports Center. I'm Chris Berman.
I'm John Saunders, and we promise no delays. The referees will show up if we have hockey tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.
Sports Center has been brought to you by 7-Up. Feels so good coming down. And brought to you by The Travelers, one of America's strongest, most experienced financial experts.